Jesus didn't tell you to oppress and misuse and mistreat gay people. He told you to love ye one another. So why are you oppressing gay people in the name of Christianity? Well, you're doing it because you fear people who are different from you. You're a dualistic thinker. And what do I mean by that? You think that there's good guys who are all good and bad guys who are all bad. So you make your religion reflect your authoritarian, top-down worldview.
Everybody, get there. Where's my parade? How you guys doing? We're celebrating equality. We're celebrating freedom. We're celebrating justice. We're marching for it. Check it out. Pride Parade.
Okay, so Target's back in the news. The last time we heard from Target, they were pushing the gay agenda. They were releasing a line of trans-friendly LGBT clothing for children. They were releasing tutus for little boys. They were releasing swimsuits with tuck-friendly gear, whatever that even means, for little boys. And they were also partnering with a Satanist to release a line of clothing for devil worshippers. So now what's going on is Minnesota Attorney General Keith Ellison, along with I think 14 other AGs across the country, are trying to convince Target to continue pushing the gay agenda. Now you may ask, why would attorney generals want to get involved with this? Well, let me show you why. Well, look at this picture here. These politicians are bought and sold. And we just found out recently through James O'Keefe's investigation into BlackRock just how cheap these politicians are. You can buy a senator, and when I say buy, you can pay him to do your bidding. You can buy a senator for 10 grand. So imagine how much less you have to spend to get a state level attorney general. So this here is Keith Ellison, the attorney general for Minnesota. This here is Alex Soros. He's the son of a billionaire, super radical Democrat, George Soros. And the total amount that Alex Soros spent to help boost Keith Ellison's campaign to be attorney general was about $100,000. And look at them, all hugged up, buddy. So this shows you exactly what we're dealing with here, because these politicians are bought and sold. The Soros buy politicians all over the country to push their agenda, and one of their primary agendas is the gay agenda, to push this ludicrous ideology onto children and spread their message all over the country. Now, how does Ellison really feel about the gay agenda, about pushing this ideology all over the country onto children? We don't really know, and we probably will never find out, because he's bought and sold. Like I keep saying, this man is doing the bidding of this billionaire radical. This article here talks about the letter that he and some of these other AG individuals sent to Target in order to persuade Target to continue their agenda. Minnesota Attorney General Keith Ellison, Democrat, wrote a letter to Target warning that their decision to pull Pride merchandise from certain stores encourages bullying and will embolden hateful methods. So already the propaganda starts, because they're not trying to acknowledge what really happened. Target saw a potential sales decline. Target saw what happened to Bud Light and other companies that wanted to jump in bed with these radicals, and they pulled back because they don't want to take a massive sales hit. But these guys are trying to pretend as if, oh, it's just hate, it's bullying going on. Ellison co-led an open letter of 15 AGs expressing their concern over Target pulling in products in response to consumer outrage, and said they could use civil rights laws to defend the corporate giant. I'd love to see what those laws are. I would love to see exactly what they could do. What are they going to try to force customers to go back? Because if I'm a customer, I don't like what's going on at Target, I just say, I'm not spending my money there. What the hell can an AG do? What, they're going to force me to shop there? Target faced backlash over their Pride Month displays with rainbow and alphabet messaging that included new products like female style swimsuits that can be used to tuck male genital. Yeah, so this article isn't really giving you a good description. This was marketed to children. This was found in children's section. It went viral. Fox News, see, they're jumping in bed with the woke too, so they're trying to soften it. But they know, because we all saw exactly what Target was doing. Target also notably pulled items from Satanic designer Eric Carnell's brand of Parlin with messages such as cure transphobia, not trans people. While they were reportedly not included in Target's Pride collection, Parlin has distributed apparel that includes satanic imagery, including pentagrams, horn skulls, and references to the devil. It's insane. One design found on apparel's markers, t-shirts, and pins has the message, Satan respects pronouns. And like I've been saying, this stuff is satanic. This entire thing, this woke ideology, transgender children, chopping off penises of little boys, chopping off breasts of girls, it's satanic. The letter warned that there are many politically motivated attacks targeting alphabet Americans, such as limiting so-called gender-affirming care, a euphemism for minors undergoing genitalia-altering surgeries, and drugs affecting hormone levels. It also stated these communities are being targeted by lawmakers who are prohibiting transgender individuals from using bathrooms or playing on sports teams aligned with their gender identity, because the gender identity isn't real, and we're not going to fall into that delusion. So cry all you want. And restricting drag performances. The only restrictions for these drag performances are you got to be 18 up, because we've seen terrible things. We've seen little boys, little girls, babies at these drag shows, and these drag shows are not just harmless fun. These drag shows are very sexual. Have half-naked grown men walking around in thongs dressed as women, giving lap dances to little children. And you have a problem that somebody's restricting that. What does it say? Anybody who has a problem, what does it say about that person? The letter claimed consumers who object to Target's recent transgenderism related products do not represent society as a whole. No, they represent the vast majority of normal, decent human beings. That's what they represent. Against this backdrop, Pride merchandise like Target's help alphabet people see that they enjoy considerable support, and that loud, intimidating fringe voices and bullies do not represent the views of society at large, the letter claimed. You're still gaslighting. You're still pretending that this is about bullies and harassment and all that, when the truth is this is about people having a certain value system, and if Target wants to push something that goes against that, the people are not going to shop there. Keep avoiding the issue, keep lying, but we know what the truth is. We understand Target recently pulled some Pride merchandise from its shelves out of concern for worker and customer safety, the letter states. The letter went on to caution Target that by giving in to consumer outrage, it is telling them that their method works. Nah, Target knows. Target's looking at these sales numbers. While we understand the basis for this action, we are also concerned it sends a message that those who engage in hateful and disruptive conduct can also cause even large corporations to succumb to their bullying. Where were all these AGs when these people were outside of the Supreme Court Justice's house making threats when Roe v. Wade was about to be thrown out the window? Where were all these AGs then? Where were all these AGs when senators were going places being threatened, when ordinary people were being assaulted for wearing MAGA hats? Where were these AGs then, talking about bullies, harassment, and violence? And that they have the power to determine when alphabet consumers will feel comfortable in Target stores or anywhere else in society, the AGs wrote. Though we do not doubt Target's long-standing commitment to alphabet equality. And though we laud your intention to keep your staff members and customers safe, we fear your choice to pull Pride merchandise demonstrates the intentional violence and intimidation can set back the march for social justice, progress, and alphabet equality, which, as we have noted, is already under intense attack nationwide. The letter closed with noting that existing civil rights laws not only protects people from discrimination, but also demands obligations from corporations. Here we go. So now they're trying to tell Target, you have to do this. Forget your bottom line. Forget what happened to Bud Light, and forget the millions in sales that you're going to lose over this. You need to do this anyway because we said so. Indeed, all our states have laws protecting against discrimination on the basis of sexual orientation and gender identity in places of public accommodation like Target stores. While these laws certainly do not create a legal obligation for retailers to offer any particular merchandise or create any particular displays, they do demand that customers be treated equally. What customers haven't been treated equally? The only thing that happened is Target put devil worshiping clothes in their store, and they put the gay agenda items in their store, and a lot of customers said we're out of here, and Target said, look, man, this is going to hurt our bottom line. We need to switch what we're doing. We need to market better to our core customer. How is that not people being treated equally? No, that's just adjusting to the market. In this context, we urge Target to be mindful of its obligations under these laws as it makes decisions as to how to respond to the backlash against its prime merchandise. That sounds like a threat to me. They're saying, look, if you want to be part of the good old boys club, if you want good headlines in the mainstream leftist media, if you want a good ESG score, then you need to do what we want you to do. You need to sell the products that these radical billionaire leftists want you to sell. So we're going to see what happens. Will Target be broken by the left like many have? Or will they stay true to the values of their core customers? Let me know what you think. Leave me your thoughts down in the comments below. Thanks for watching.